constituency, of 32 constituency. You sat down. You are taking 3 people to make law. And you say the people have defected. By your own math, it lies in your own math. Defection is by you. The governor said, look, it is by me. Anything I say, how they will be, that's how they will be. Who does that in this world? Who does that? Look at what Supreme Court said. Am I the one? That you are ruling as a despot.
But right now...
Hold on. That there's no government. The only thing that makes governance democracy is legislature. Under the military, you have executive, you have judiciary, but there will be no legislature. So what makes it democracy is the legislature. When legislature is not there, there's no democracy. And you came down without any qualms. You went to an arm of government that's a symbol of democracy, brought you down to rule as a despot. Supreme Court said so, white and black. What are people talking about? Nobody wants to say, look, this thing you did was right. You sat down out of 32 members of a constituency, of 32 constituency. You sat down. You are taking 3 people to make law. And you say the people have defected. By your own math, it lies in your own math. Defection is by you. The governor said, look, it is by me. Anything I say, how they will be, that's how they will be. Who does that in this world? Who does that?
You said by his own mouth, but we saw them waving flags of the APC.
Oh, define defection. Supreme Court defined defection constitutionally and politically. I want you to go and read the judgment.
So
now, let me tell you so that it's good to educate the public. Yes, I can say we have defected. But it depends for the speaker to hit the hammer, to declare the seat vacant. Until that happens, you cannot say the defection has been completed.
The speaker who himself was
the speaker himself was part of
too bad, I human. You see, that's what
a lawyer.
No, hold on now. Too bad. That's why the speaker said politically and constitutionally. Constitutionally that becomes when you are defected. You see, I don't know people who have been defending at the National Assembly. It suits the speaker. It suits the Senate president. Have they declared their seat vacant? They have not. But when it does not suit them, they hit the gavel. We have declared our seat vacant. And it is only then you can say defection has taken place.
But
it does not lie on you.
Yes, Your
to say, I wave flag.
Yes.
The constitution does not say, if I wave flag of another party. Okay, now that the governor of Delta, the governor of Akwa Ibom, said they will support the president. They've defected. Is that the constitutional position of defection?
Your Excellency, but let's look at the state of play now.
Yes, now you talk about the NBA.
Yeah.
About the budget. Let me tell you, I've told you, people should thank Mr. President. That me as a politician, selfishly, I'm not happy, I say so. But President did what he did for the interest of the state. The House of Assembly members were not happy. And that's why I had to go to London to speak to them. To say, listen, I agree. You are doing a constitutional role. I agree. But look at it on a broader.
But Your Excellency,
let me finish now. Look at it in a broader way. No crisis, no salary, nothing will happen. The state will go down.
Yes. So
on that basis, I like it. Yes. So, now you said NBA. It's unfortunate. How would NBA say it's unconstitutional when you collect that gift? What is it?
No, they're not connected.
No. Hold on.
Yes.
That's why I tell the people, when the Board of Ventures came to see me, he was here. And I told them, what is it? When Justice Leafield gave judgment about local government, NBA came out and condemned the judgment of Justice Lifu. Without reading the judgment.
They made comments without reading the judgment?
Yes, which has never happened, yes. Now, the president declares of emergency. He now says, oh, it's not concerned. Now, until everybody now knew why you were doing what you were doing, that the state gives you a gift of 300 million naira. A gift that was not appropriated. There was no appropriation. You took MPA. You took 300 million naira and said it's a gift.
They solicited for help, purpose. And you are a member of the MBA yourself, and you have supported the MBA yourself.
So hold on. In my budget, I put grants. In my budget, I put grants. I'm allowed by law. It has been appropriated. In this case, there was no appropriation. For MBA to take an illegal gift, assuming that this thing didn't come up now, did you know that they took gifts?
Are you suggesting that the stance of the MBA was influenced
of course
by the gift that they had received?
Are you not aware? Is it hidden? Everybody has seen it.
No, they're two separate things.
No, they are not two. Let me tell you. And I can tell you how the money came about. It came through some area, senior advocate of Nigeria, who is close to the chairman of the MBA. That's why they offered MBA that they are going to host the annual general conference in Port Harcourt.
Will you support the MBA to return the 300 million naira?
What do you mean by support?
It's being a member.
Because a lot of people are saying they should return the money. They have said it was only a gift. And you don't return the gift.
A gift to who?
To the MBA, which you are a member of.
There are some gifts that will kill you.
Okay.
This gift, let me tell you, this gift is too bad. Let me tell you, see, that's why you have to be careful in certain things you do. Look at what happened. MBA, a judgment of court was given by the MBA, not being a party to the suit, come out to criticize the judge. Why did he do that? Interest somewhere. Oh, it was this thing when I revealed. People that, no wonder. MBA has never, as a body, come out to criticize judgment of a court. So that does not mean that you, as a lawyer, you will not be able to criticize judgment of court. What's the business? Not knowing that there was something going on. Money, 300 million. Did they declare that the state government gave them a gift? Until now.
Your Excellency.
So when you say emergency, people have gone to court. Did you understand it? Let the court determine whether what the president did was legal or illegal. Not on the perspective. That's why we have the court.
Yes.
The court must make a problem. This attitude of what we do, something that I don't like. Because, from my view, is wrong. Therefore, it's wrong generally. That's why people have to go to court.
Your Excellency, that's why I wanted you to speak on the state of play right now. There's a state of emergency in your state.
Yes.
You are a politician. You have benefited from the democratic process, sitting on top of the table in River State. Are you doing everything in your power? Because we saw pictures of you and some legislators from the state in London and all that. Are you doing everything in your power to make sure that 6 months is done and everything returns to democracy? Being a beneficiary.
No. The beneficiary of what?
Of the democratic process.
That's why we are supporting the State Assembly. That's why we want that the only way there can be democracy is when the legislature is in existence. Now, it behoves you now, who is the governor, to allow democratic structures to be. It behoves on you now to say, look, this thing has happened. How do I do to bring everybody together? Now you hear people talk, go on television, say this and say that. I'm an elder. I'm a leader. Has anybody taken it upon himself or herself in River State today? Say, look, see where we are. What do we do? Let me approach this legislator. Let me approach these leaders of the party. What do we do to make sure things work together?
Maybe they are looking up to you to do that.
See, that is the problem I have.
As a leader.
You said You heard what I hear one for Father John said, I'm the cause of the problem. And I laugh. If I'm the cause of the problem, as an elder, he claims he is. Has he one day called me? Come. What is the problem? Why can't you sit down and talk? And let me know, okay, see this and see that. Rather, as the chief promoter of ethnicity under Adadjo's governor in River State, we saw hell. That's the period you had Ogoni and Okrika crisis. That's the period you had crisis in Okrika land, where human beings were killed, slaughtered, where he established the Bush Boys. Ask him. Under who? That they now had Amanaba for Okrika. Under my government. Under me. Under him there was crisis. Bloodshed. Yet people were dying. You set up a faction, or they call them Bush Boys. The other set up a faction, and they were killing, slaughtering people. As a governor, as an elder statesman, and you have not. Sir, these are my people. Now somebody who's not from your place came as a governor and said, no, this has to stop. What is this problem? God gave judgment about Amanabo. Instantly. I never waited. I said, look, there must be an end to all this crisis. Inaugurate the Amanabo of Okrika. I went ahead and created another first class for Oguruma. I recognized somebody called the Amanabo of Keke. I recognized somebody called Amanabo of Okachu. Today, in Okrika, there is peace. If I didn't want peace, as a non-Okrika, I would have allowed it so there will be crisis in that place. And then what I tell people, elder, it's not just because I'm 85 years. Elder also means by your conduct, by your activity. If you be an elder that is 85 years and you're not bringing peace, take away that elder and go. Take it away.
So you have admitted that part of the reason why there's the state of emergency was declared in your state was to preempt a number of things which could have degenerated.
I thought the president did not want the state to get to that level of where anarchy. And he did the right thing. I said, but selfishly, I wouldn't want it.
Yes, that's what I want to ask you.
Because I'm a politician.
So politicians are happy with anarchy?
No. You don't understand. I wanted the governor is not doing well. Get out.
And some people say the sole administrator is also not doing well. He's already acting like a Democrat when he's supposed to be there appointing local government chairman.
I'm so surprised about what he said. He's bringing democracy. First of all, remember and take ourselves back. If this sole administrator does not bring peace in the place, does not set up democratic structures, remember, the moment the 6 months is over, you fall back to Supreme Court judgment. Today, they're getting their money because a state of emergency has been declared. Ordinarily, if a state of emergency was not declared, money won't go to the state. Money won't go to the local government.
Isn't that hypocritical? Money is flowing to the hands of the state and the local government under an administration that is not democratic.
Listen to what I said now. That's the point I'm trying to make. What's hypocritical about it?
Because the administration is not democratic.
No, but who made it to be democratic?
It's a sole administrator.
No. The government has already collapsed. Supreme Court has given judgment that there's no government. And therefore, there's no appropriation. And you cannot spend money without an appropriation. There's no local government. Who will take the money? Who preside over the money? Emergency route ordinarily is an aberration. However, because the Constitution recognizes that a situation like this may come up, that the president has power to do what he did. In order to say, okay, for the time being, let us have some peace. But in having that peace, civil servants must be paid. In having that peace, institutions must be ranked. You cannot say civil servants should not be paid, schools should not go on, hospitals should not go on. How about?
Well, the Constitution never
said
that a democratically elected governor would be swept off his feet, because the intention of the Constitution was...
remember Section 305 said the president got the exceptional steps. But, like I said, the matter is in court. Let the court interpret. And that's why people should be patient. Up to now, we have almost about 11 cases. I hear the PDP governors went to court. I hear.
Yes,
that's what I heard. They know. They all did that just to... They deceived the governor. They deceived him. Don't you know you're a governor? Apply this. Apply that. Now see where they are.
Your Excellency, if we are looking at a long-lasting peace, we are 2 months gone into the state of emergency.
No, 1 month.
1 month gone. In 6 months is expected to be over. And you stated clearly that the president's decision sort of gave the governor a lifeline. Should his supporters be bothered that after the state of emergency, because we know these 27 lawmakers are part of your political family.
That is what we are saying. He who wears the shoe knows where it pitches him. Is that correct? You're a governor. So hold on. Look at the circumstance where you are. You should take the bull by the horn. Take steps. I told you here. Has anybody approached anybody?
So Governor Sims Fubara hasn't called you on the line since his suspension?
I have told you, have anybody approached anybody? You know, when you see, I don't like people who are hypocrites. I have told you here, mention one leader, one so-called elder in Rivers that has taken steps. Those of them who are running around the governor, collecting money. I hear one of them is always in the golf course, IDB golf course here, playing golf. Has he gone home to say, look, now we're under this kind of situation. What do we do? 6 months will still be over. Have we achieved the peace we are supposed to achieve? Because at the end of the day, if we don't achieve anything, then you still go back to square one. Which does not make sense. Does it not occur to you that, look, if nothing is being achieved now, there's no population, there's no democratic, there's no elected local government. Supreme Court judgment must be implemented.
So who is the sole administrator accountable to? That's what people
That is why it is called emergency rule. Which I told you, as a politician, I'm not happy. But to solve the situation, and that's where the president came in. And that's why those who know should now know that let's take this opportunity and say, look, I know this is the problem. Can you do this? Can you do this? You must make sacrifice.
Okay. If you are talking of those who know, shouldn't that include you?
It is not only coming out
shouldn't that
on national television.
Yes. Your Excellency, some will say, Your Excellency, that you, more than anybody else, should be the one also mediating this peace process. Simply because this is just less than a year after you left office. This is the legacy. As in, the governor was your man, the House of Assembly members are your people. So one will say you are even more of a stakeholder in making sure that this process of peace gets to fruition.
Now, let me tell you, but some assembly people listen to me. It's not correct. But the government didn't listen to me.
Just see him as a stubborn son and then blame him.
No problem. Now, let me tell you something.
Have you heard the parable of the prodigal son?
Let me tell you.
The father left those who listened to him and went in search of that only one that didn't listen to him.
That's not prodigal son, no. That's not correct. When a prodigal son comes back and pleads, I said, look, forgive me. I've made a mistake. I want us to move forward. You are human. You are human. But in sincerity, let me tell you, 2 governors under APC reached me with an influential person from outside the state. 2 governors under APC. Right? Came to talk to me. And I said, look, I'm not the governor. I'm a city minister. There was a gang up against me here. And I knew there was a gang up. I had to put some structures on ground to see that there is peace. That I do my work. I don't need to allow enemies to capitalize on one or two things. Who will suffer is the administration of the president, who has confidence and put me in this place. So I don't need to begin to give excuse. You are a governor. You have a problem. That's why I said governance is not only restricted to award of contract and commission of project. It takes beyond that.
If Fubara calls you today, will you pick his call?
These two, I said these two governors came to me. And I said, look, I'm here for peace. What does he want? What does he want? And they said, look, we'll do everything to make it. I said, in sincerity, if anybody comes there, to say, look, you want it, but it must be in sincerity. Let me tell you, I've been in this system, I've been in government. I know game politicians play. Politicians buy time. The best opportunity was when president intervened. The day president intervened, the assembly people went immediately and would do the impeachment notice. You heard what happened. Some elders came up. President has no power. What he did was political. They went to court. They went to court. A lot of suits were instigated. Where did it lead us to now? Who is on suspension? Is it me? I mean, you must use wisdom. A whole president of a country called you, whether he was right or he was wrong, at least at that level. That's okay. Let me stomach. Let me listen to him. And you play your own part. Let the Abu not play their own part. Mr. President, he has played his part. These people are saying, look, do you understand what it takes? For 16 months, you seize people's salary. They don't pay their children's school fees. Most of us are just talking. Do you know what it takes? Let me ask all of you here, that your children are at home. Why? There's no money to pay their school fees. Why? Somebody has stopped my salary for 16 good months.
Your Excellency.
So, and nobody appears to take that into consideration. So, the pains. And I expected that somebody should say, look, this thing should end. Let me go. Sir, man, we can't continue this way. Let's sit down and talk on the table. All this arrogance of going to national channels, arise to abuse anybody. You are here, they say I'm dead. They flew me out. All those things will not give you the peace. You carry coffin. Wike is dead. It's not my business. If people who have heard, who really understand what it is, should say, look, we have done this for how many years now? What have we achieved? Can there be peace? Rather, they try to make sure the problem does not end. They make money.
Two quick questions, because we're already about to move to the FCT. I wanted to ask you, first, you have said that you are open to forgiveness if the governor should come to you for forgiveness. Sincerely. Okay, so that is clarified. The second issue is, what party do the assembly members of Rivers State belong to?
They belong to PDP.
They belong to PDP?
Yeah. The court has ruled the other day. You see, when people like Femi Falana, who is the lawyer to channels on all these things, lies. I mean, a senior advocate, you go to court, you lie that the issue of defection is at the Federal High Court. You refuse to tell people that you did what they call a cross appeal. When the Court of Appeal gave judgment that these people had defected. You had a cross appeal in Supreme Court. And Supreme Court made a pronouncement about it. You lied.
So will you...
When the judgment came out, people said, I think they said Supreme Court has not pronounced on the defection. What happened a few days ago? Federal Court said Supreme Court has settled this matter of defection. Now, if such people at that level can come out on national television and lie, and you may not take it serious, but it's very hurting. And lies can cause a lot of crisis. Before you know it, so many things have gone wrong. And there are things you don't do. And that's what the problem I have with some senior lawyers who live on telling lies.
Well,
lies.
What do we make of the character of the members of your party who were waving flags?
Of the character of what? That undemanded a stand.
Yes.
Did they not support the president to be president?
Sorry.
Your Excellency.
Did we not support Mr. President to be president? So what is new now that they said undemanded a stand? Did they not say in 2023 that they stand on the mandate and voted for him? So what is new?
Talking about the mandate, sir, we'll come to the FCT.
Yeah.
Because time is not our friend now. We need to look at what is happening in a couple of months. I mean, just over a month, we are supposed to see the next step of projects in the FCT, which will be unveiling. You've gone around, I think on Friday again you were in some places. Tell us the level of projects now and how many are we likely to unveil on the day?
You tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Are you happy or not? No, tell me the truth. Are you happy? Don't you see?
Your Excellency, I'm smiling.
Your Excellency,
if things are not happening, will you be smiling?
Honorable Minister.
The difference is clear. If he didn't dare, he didn't dare.
Honorable
now
Minister.
you can see what is going on in FCT everywhere. People are talking. People are saying, you mean this is possible within a short time of less than 2 years? That this could be provided? That we were here 8 years? Nothing happened. We have not gone into 2 years. See what has happened. So, in 4 years' time, what will happen? Look, some of us take delight. When I go out, I see that people are happy. I went to Kwale. On the road to Lokoja, A2 to Pai. I went to that road. Look, it's like, if in those days, as a politician, they would have gone to bring women, young girls for you to marry. For the good things you are doing. Yes.
They almost gave you one in Kwale.
No, I'm not a party to that. So the point I'm making is that it shows how happy people are. Then from Pai to Komani, go and see. In Kwale, you go to K2. In Kwale, to Kula. Look, people should come. So truly, you mean government can come to the rural area? Is it true? That's never happened.
Honorable Minister.
So people are happy. Look at what we are going to touch in May. In May, have you been to the International Conference Center?
Yes, and the controversy about the cost of it, that is...
What is the
cost is prohibitive.
You are not the one to define. It's a procurement process. So let me tell you, I'm not a man of cheap quality. Even the way I dress, I wear quality things.
Very, very
so
well,
you don't expect anything I will do. I should lower standard. I won't do that. Look, when Mr. President inaugurated the ECOWAS Parliament, this was an eyesore. You will shed tears for this country. You mean this is our international conference center? Look, before President came, I told the Senate President, look, this is embarrassing. He said, what are you going to do? I said, what would I do? Immediately President came, he called my attention. No bobs, nothing. Somebody, they gave to one senator. Ran down the place. It was terrible. It was terrible. Now, I shut it down on emergency because most people use there for whatever. So if you follow the normal procurement process, it will take long. So we have to do it under emergency. Who built it? Julius Berger built it. So we don't need to go and look for. To say, oh, we don't know where the cable passed and this and that. We bought Julius Berger. And you know Julius Berger is not a cheap company. You know that. Now, we bought Julius Berger. Today, go to that International Conference Center. By this May, I will invite you. You come and see what they call International Conference Center. You will be happy as a Nigerian that you have done this. Now, what happened? Ethnic politics came. Religion came. Hey, because he's so religion. Because he's so place. That's why I cancel it. I mean, I cannot understand that. And the only thing we have was random. You can make your money. And nobody's against it. But it is not your property. It is only a symbol. And I told them, to hell. Some people came, oh, they was, I said, this, is getting too much.
Well, that's...
Let it happen. So this May, Mr. President, I hope you be around.
Yeah, I mean,
and, I come and feel, and come and know that good thing is good thing.
And that same senator has been criticizing the federal government very, very well.
I don't know.
Every now
I don't
then.
care.
But just to add, Honorable Minister...
You can criticize as much as you want to criticize. Is it devil that criticize?
Yeah,
human beings will criticize.
Also, the issues of hospitals, Honorable Minister, I need to add that. There are several uncompleted hospitals that your administration inherited. One is at Utako here. There's also another one in Guagolada, another one in, I think, Buhari also. How soon are you going to focus on expanding or bringing to life this kind of infrastructural development to the hospitals? Because a lot of Nigerians are finding healthcare costly in Abuja here because private hospitals are milking them. Even we journalists, when we are sick, we don't get some of the required attention in hospitals. How soon can you attend to our hospitals?
Let me tell you one thing. Life is key. Life is key. When you see that milking you, it's not correct. I do agree with you that we must provide the best for our people. And in providing the best, it requires resources. Our procurement process takes a lot of time. And which I have said, when I was governor,